Not now. Oh, brother.
Who got it?
Fitz, I think your mic came unplugged.
Yep.
Start. This is a disastrous start.
Okay, all right, you're good now.
We're good?
Tap
I
the
was gonna
mic. Tap it.
Just rip it.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right, there you go.
You're in
yeah.
there.
Oh, we're good.
You're in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was going to do a whole Mickey Mouse-esque intro, but now that's fucking ruined.
Yeah, just
This is a Mickey Mouse intro, really.
Yeah,
Well,
this
it is
a
a Mickey Mouse intro in the sense that it's amateur hour, 100%,
Yeah.
Jared. I was thinking more Mickey Mouse in terms of like the voice. Haha. I thought
that's
I was
pretty
thinking more like that. It was okay, right? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
But-
good.
Thank you, Jared. Again,
Yeah.
by the way, for those who aren't aware, that's Jared Carabas back on Pod on Lansdowne here. Jared, thank you for taking time out of your day to talk about a very important topic here as the baseball offseason continues. We always appreciate you taking the time to speak with us.
I feel like it's been too long since the last time I've been on. I feel like it was the Mr. Cheddar days. I feel like it's been like 2
Is that
years.
the last time you were on?
The
Yes.
last time he was
Yeah.
on an episode proper, but then you also came
Yeah,
on
that's
for a hot
true.
second for Liam's suspension.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
yeah, yeah,
important.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
Yeah,
important.
so that was April last year. May
That's
last
like an uncredited cameo, like, you know, like when
Dropped
Michael
in.
Jackson would write a pop song, but he wouldn't get credited for it, like just to do
Yeah.
a favor for like Lionel Richie or
He's just
something like
dropping
that.
in. That's all.
Exactly. Yeah, just dropping into the booth for a hot second. But this important topic that we wanted to get you onto the podcast for, as the second half of the offseason goes at a snail pace, we figured as a baseball podcast, a Red Sox podcast, listen, anyone can get Jared Carabas on to talk about the Red Sox's actions or inactions.
Really?
With
No. Like
transactions.
I have been ducking so not ducking, but like being like, yes, I'll do it. And it's like, when can we do it? I'm like, I don't know. So I've promised a lot of podcast spots and not delivered. Like this is the first time I've probably been on another show since I was on your show, like in April.
Well, this is surely to piss some of those people off, the people who have made requests to talk about baseball. Because, Jared, you are not on here to talk about the Boston Red Sox. You are here to talk to us about a little land in Central Florida known commonly as the Mouse, Walt Disney World. You were recently there.
Yep.
When we heard that you went there, we figured this is the perfect opportunity to get Jared onto the show to talk about the Mouse. What other baseball podcast, fellas, would get Mr. Carabas on to talk about the police state that is Walt Disney World? I mean, my goodness.
There isn't one. There isn't one.
Exactly. We're cornering this market here. So you recently went there. This was, I mean, whenever the
December. First week of
whenever
December.
the crochet trade was, because you were at
Yeah.
the Magic Kingdom
Yeah.
when this
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, it was. That was crazy because there was a lot of like Red Sox fans that were there, and like I remember I was at like a restaurant and I walked out and there was just random dudes there being like, "Fuck yeah, Garrett Crochet!" I'm like, "Yeah, woo!" I was still trying to process.
Probably shouldn't say that in front of a bunch of kids at the Magic Kingdom here. You know what I mean? So
that's true, but there's so many. That's it. That's the main topic that I
Got
wanted to
excited.
get to with you guys is the Disney adults. Like we can save that for the
Oh,
back
yeah,
end
yeah,
if we
yeah,
want to
yeah.
get
We
there.
will
That's a
get
very
there.
important aspect of this.
We got to hit on the Disney adults. There are a lot of adults there, but we can save that for the back end if you want.
So let's start. I wanted to start off by getting your sort of how indoctrined you had been to the Mouse, specifically Walt Disney World, leading up to this past December. Was this your first time at the most? Here's the thing. Disneyland, I think, is the happiest place on earth. Disney World is the most magical place.
Magical, yeah. That's
Yeah,
what
that's
I'm
the
saying,
branding. Thank you,
magical.
Jake. Which Jake has
Yeah.
been to the Mouse a couple of times. Liam is a
Yes.
good point of reference because he has never been to Disney World.
No,
Jared,
no,
what's-
that's a lie. It's just I haven't
Or-
been
I thought
since
you
the
said-
Obama administration. That's all.
Okay.
It's been a long
That's
time.
different.
It's been
So
a
you
long
essentially, I mean, it's, yeah, the
time.
things
And
have
it was
changed.
really only ever once. So
Yeah.
There you go.
So,
But
throwing my
how
hands
many
up.
times have you been, Jared?
3 times, twice that I can remember. Like I was taken
Okay.
as a small child. I have no recollection of that. I don't even think there's photographic evidence of that, that's weird to me. Like you take your kid to Disney for the first time,
You're
there's
not
just like
taking
no
photos?
pictures, nothing. That's weird to me. So I went there. Actually, you know what? I might have just lied to you. I think I went there. I went there as a kid, and I do remember that one. And then I went there as I think it would have been going into my junior or sophomore year. I think going into my junior year of high school. It was when John Lester made his big league debut. I was in Disney for
So
John
like
Lester's.
06,
Yeah,
that's
this
right.
this was 06, summer of 06. So I was going into my junior year of high school. So yes, I definitely went in the 90s, and I went the summer of 06. Apparently, it was either when I was on the plane there or coming home. Was one of like David Ortiz hit like a walk off, and then while I was there, John Lester made his big league debut, and so then this was my third time.
So there you go. So this time that you just went, how many days were you there for? Was it just a kind of quick visit? Did you
Monday to
do a
Friday?
couple of days? Monday to Friday.
That's
all right.
pretty
So
good.
which of the parks did you hit? Because then there's a follow-up question for this. I know you did Magic Kingdom because that's
Magic
where you
Kingdom,
were.
Disney Springs, which is not
Yes.
a park.
Oh, that used to be
Yeah, it's the
downtown
shopping
Disney. It's their
Yeah.
shop. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all we did. Like we did. So
Okay.
I was there for
Wow.
my girlfriend's daughter's cheer competition. So I flew
Was
in
that
Monday
at the
night.
the wide world of sports?
It was at some sort of arena, and it was a disaster. I mean, it was. Yeah, I couldn't tell you the name of the building. I was very much not in charge. for
Was it
this
on
trip.
Disney property? The building?
I don't think so.
Interesting.
No, I mean, like,
By the way, if I could do a
there's no
quick
telling what the
interjection.
mouse owns. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's
It's
true.
everything. It's a
Yeah.
fucking massive campus. For people who aren't
It's
aware,
the size of San Francisco.
and half the sice of Manhattan. Jake and I are just gonna have a dick measuring contest back and forth with these facts right now. I'll tell you that
Wow.
right now.
Wow.
Jake, I gotta say, he got the jargon right. What you say when something is on, you say it's on property. That's it. Oh,
Yes.
is that hotel on property there? That's the official jargon that, as you had mentioned, Disney adults would use. But I'm curious,
Right.
Jared, compared to when you had last gone,
Yeah.
the comparison, similarities, differences that you would notice when you're walking through the doors there, specifically for the park, because Disney Springs is one thing, the shopping district with all the bars and shops there, that that's its own kind of thing.
Yeah.
But for specifically for that, some similarities and differences that you would notice.
So first and foremost, your microphone unplugged. Second,
It's your mic unplugged.
Oh no.
the big thing for me, so my girlfriend and her two daughters are not like roller coaster people. So and I wasn't going to do that by myself. So I feel like I didn't get to really relive my childhood memories of Disney and be like, how does this compare for as far as like what I did as a kid? It was definitely weird. It was weird being the adult in the situation. It was weird looking around and being like, where are my parents? Why am like I'm here and I'm the person that's in like responsible for other adult lives? Like I don't like that. But like my favorite, like I would have loved to do like the Tower of Terror. Like I didn't get to do that. Like
Great
there was
ride.
like the Haunted Mansion, didn't get to do that. Like we did like Winnie the Pooh, we did Buzz Lightyear, we did the Little Mermaid, we did
I like
It's
that
a Small
ride. The
World.
Dark
I like
Yeah.
that ride.
Yeah, like we did all like the fun ones. Like like the kids are girls, so it's like I didn't get to do any of the like the real nasty Mickey shit that I wanted to do. Like I didn't get
The
to
real freaky mouse stuff.
yeah, like I didn't get to really get down and dirty with the mouse while I was there. And I think probably if we do it next year, I'm gonna be like, listen, we did your version of the mouse last year. Like, let's do my version of the mouse this year, and that entails Tower of Terror for sure. Like I
you're
want
going
to
back?
be Universal. So
You're
I
going
think
back
that
already?
they like automatically make nationals. I'm pretty sure there's like it's basically that there's 4 teams competing against each other and 2 make it, and they always go every year. So I'm pretty sure this is just going to be the thing. Like December rolls around
lot.
and we're off to the mouse. Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, we got to make you an itinerary then if you're trying to get real
Yeah,
freaky with it
exactly.
Yeah.
for the
I
rides
am.
that you have to hit. I mean, you saw the
yeah.
big like canopy roller coaster right next to Space Mountain, did you not?
Yeah. What's that called? It's
Tron
one word.
Light Cycle Run.
Yes.
I'll have you
Yeah.
know.
Oh, wow, okay.
Presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Okay, you got. I don't want to get sued.
So we were.
Is it really? It's presented by?
When I went this
Oh,
past,
I didn't know they.
April, it
I
was.
didn't know they
Yeah.
still like did sponsors on rides like that.
Buddy, you better believe it.
We walked underneath it because love her to death, but my girlfriend thinks she knows everything, and she knows like maybe 7% of stuff. So she was like, "No, this is definitely the way to go." Like, and I was like, "This is like we're in line for this ride." Like, she did not want to go on it. The kids did not want to go on it. I was like, "It looks cool. Like, I would go on it." But we just kind of like walked basically to the top of this thing, basically to the entrance. And if you go there, there's no other way to go. Like, you have to walk all the way back down the ramp. So I got as far as to the entrance of it, did not get to go on it. I think, you know what? It would be great maybe next year if you guys just came while I was there so that we can have the experience together. And any rides that they don't want to go on, they don't have to go on. But at least I'll have someone that wants to like do dirty mouse shit.
Dirty Mouse. I'm telling you.
Fitz, I'm trying to think. What's the dirtiest ride at Magic Kingdom? Like highest octane.
It's
probably
probably
like Tron. now,
Tron.
right?
It is
Yeah.
Tron, I would have to
Yeah.
say.
That's
I
what
mean,
was
Yeah.
That's the newest ride as well. That's the most recent thing I think they've built there.
like, listen, like the
it looks
mine
incredible.
train, like the mine train at the end of the day is what you would consider a family coaster. It's fun, it's solid, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
that's
like
right.
any crazy thrills. Space Mountain could be freaky in the fact that like it could kill you, like it could break your back with how like
Yeah,
rickety
Space
it
Mountain is pretty intense.
But I love
When
Space
I-
Mountain. Shut up.
When I was there in 2006, someone died on the Rock and Roller Coaster the
Oh, God.
day that we were there, and we still went on it.
How'd they die? Do you know how they died?
I don't know, probably having too much.
Must have been a
fun.
heart attack or something if it was
Yeah.
clean like that. You know?
Yeah, they were just like, all right, get them out.
Even
Like
Tyler
they-
told me to watch Dirty Water TV.
Yeah, let me see if I can find
Yeah,
that.
ow!
Steven Tyler,
Yeah, they
friend
couldn't
of
have
the
been like
program.
decapitated or anything because that
No.
would have been messy and they would have had
They-
to shut the ride.
That should
They-
have been a cardiac event.
I saw a
Yeah,
Yeah,
documentary.
here it is,
They-
right
they-
here. Oh, it was. I thought it was an adult. This is a 12-year-old boy
gosh.
on
Oh,
June
geez.
29th, 2006. So that lines up with when I would have been there.
Oh,
A
God.
12-year-old boy visiting from Fort Campbell, Kentucky, was found unresponsive after the ride ended.
Yeah,
Jeez.
so
it was
definitely.
a kid. Oh,
awful.
I
I'll
didn't
tell you
know
what,
that.
they do. It
That's
could have been
terrible.
brain trauma too. Your head knocks around pretty hard on that ride.
Yeah, I don't know.
It hits the.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, that's.
I don't know, but that lines up. That's when.
Well,
I
I'll
was
tell you
there.
what, Jared. I don't know if you know this, but I'm certain he wasn't pronounced dead on property.
There
I
is
do
that
know
rumor.
this.
They
I
took
do
that
know
boy.
this.
They took that corpse right off property, and then they said he's dead.
Because
Now
no
he's
one
dead,
dies
yes.
at Disney World.
No one
Correct.
dies at Disney.
I
Is
think
that real?
I don't-
Is that
I-
debunked or is it real?
I think it might be debunked, but it's one of those things where, listen, there are enough of these sort of practices that the mouse puts in to ensure that the magic stays. Like they have plainclothes security officers everywhere. Everywhere. Every square inch that you could think of, there's a plainclothes security guard. They have got the entire place locked down. Like there's a lot of things behind that magic that you would think about and go, oh wow, like this really is. I mean, I said at the start of the episode, it's a surveillance state, police state at the most, but I'm only like half joking with that. But so the rumor that no one is quote unquote pronounced dead
Yeah.
on property at Disney World, while that's probably an exaggeration, it's one of those things where it's within the realm of possibility because of other things that they do. If that
Well,
makes
you know what
sense.
was the big
So-
one in 2016? You guys remember when the alligator, ate
alligator.
that kid?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
That was on. I know that was
awful.
on property because
Yes, that was at the Grand Floridian, I believe.
Yeah, it just ate him.
Dragged him in.
I have a morbid thought,
Okay. Oh boy.
Go ahead.
and this kind of ties into the later subject of the adult Disney people. How has no one just blown their brains out right in the middle of like the Magic Kingdom?
Jesus Christ.
Because
Ba-do-bo-
Metal
Oh.
detectors. They
How-
got metal detectors.
how many?
There it is.
How many people, like sick Disney adult people, are like, that's how I want to go. I want to die at Disney. I guess
People
because
spread
you
their
obviously
ashes
can't-
there.
Yes.
Yeah,
They do.
like, you can't
That's
bring
Haunted Mansion
crazy.
a
specifically.
firearm into Disney.
Yeah, I don't think that's.
There's
Gonna...
got to be a way. I don't know. There's got to be a way.
I don't
I'm-
think there's
I'm
ever
shocked.
even been like an attempt at like terror. I'm trying to think. Like they only
That
ever
we know of.
close. They only
For
like they
9/11.
closed on 9/11 and they closed with like horrible hurricanes. Like only the very worst that hit Orlando.
And COVID, but
Eh,
that was everything. You know, that was everything.
it's 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I guess. That is a morbid thought.
Yeah, I guess the answer is you can't bring a gun into Disney, but like there's definitely other ways
I don't know.
to
What if
kill
you like
yourself without a gun.
bring like a cyanide capsule?
Yeah.
Just bite down on it once you're in there. I don't know.
I like
Just
that,
toss
Liam.
toss
Look at
ideas
Liam,
out
the
there.
ideas guy.
Just, yeah, we're
Yeah.
just workshopping. We're just workshopping.
Popping a little cyanide capsule in Disney. That's awesome.
It's a fake tooth.
Yeah, there's got to be a way, and I'm shocked that like a Disney adult hasn't been like, listen, I've lived all the life I want to live, and I want to die on Disney property. Then
Where would you
I've
do
never
it?
heard of it.
Where would you do it on? There's a lot of property.
Where would I bleed out peacefully?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do it on the Jaws ride probably.
That's
Well,
Universal.
That's not Universal.
That's not on the property.
Fraud.
That's Universal.
property, and it's not there anymore. The Jaws ride is not there.
Yeah, it's gone. Jaws right
I
gone.
thought it's in Disneyland though. I've been told.
No, that's also wrong.
It might be in Universal California.
It's Universal California.
It's never
yeah.
Disney.
no,
Actually, that's a universal property, intellectual property.
You got a lot to
I'm
learn.
saying, I know
You
that
got a lot
the Jaws ride is no longer in Orlando, but I'm pretty sure it's still in what is it?
Yeah,
Anaheim?
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
No, but
yeah.
it's not Disney. It's not Disney. you
I
see.
understand that. It's part of the Disney experience.
Mm,
If
it's
you
not.
go to, if but,
in
but
proximity.
It's a different park. It's a whole different park. It's a whole different company.
It
That's
is.
what I'm saying.
it is, but it's like that's like saying the baseball tavern's not part of the Fenway experience.
I don't think it's like that at all.
It is because the Red Sox didn't
I
own
lean-
baseball
I
tavern.
lean
It's part of
towards.
the
I
Fenway
lean more
experience.
towards Jake's side here. It's like saying, dude, the authentic Wrigley experience is going to the biggest White Sox bar in Chicago. Like
Yeah, it's two different
Oh
things.
no, they're
two
not
different things.
rival.
They
not
are.
rival.
They very much
No.
are.
Oh,
They're competing
no.
every day. Every day for
No.
those tourism dollars.
Is there a person on Earth who's ever from outside Florida? Because it doesn't
Okay.
count if you live there or close by. Outside of Florida, gone to Orlando only for Universal and never hit a Disney property?
Now,
so,
yeah,
good
I
question,
bet, yeah.
Jerry. I would say that number is low as it stands right now. However, over the next couple
Below
of years,
1%.
because they're opening a third park in Orlando,
Yeah, Universal's
that
put a lot
number
of
could
money.
increase. And or Universal, them boys coming.
Yeah, they are.
Them boys
Yeah.
coming. Epic Universe. It's going to be a huge fucking deal. I'm telling you.
What
Disney's
does
going to be
Epic
on their back
Universe
heels a little
entail?
bit.
It's a whole new park. So like by park I mean like, you know, at Disney there's Magic Kingdom, there's Animal
Yeah.
Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios. Universal right now has two. They have Universal Studios Orlando and then Islands of Adventure. Those are their two parks. And they're getting a whole nother third park
Spit, Jake.
called Epic Universe.
Epic Universe.
And it's got Mario Land, Super Mario Land. It's got How to Train Your Dragon Land. It's got another Harry Potter Land, which, you know, people eat that shit up. I'm not a huge
Yeah.
Harry Potter guy, but people are passionate
neither.
about it. And what's the and then like monsters. So it's like Frankenstein, Dracula.
Ooh.
What are the other ones? Wolfman. What are the other like Universal
There's
monster
Wolfman.
sets?
There's the mummy.
Yeah, all these characters. Mummy.
Okay,
know
I
that-
didn't realize that.
You
Yeah,
know
that opens
Disney
in
had a
May.
chance to put Harry Potter in their
I do, and they
parks.
wouldn't build the train. They said, "JK, we're not building the train."
And then
She said,
Universal
"All
said,
right."
"We'll build your fucking
She
train."
said, "All right, I'll go be transphobic down the road."
yeah. Not trains phobic.
No, she likes trains.
Not trains
famously.
phobic. Be trans.
Big fan of trains.
Not a fan of trans though, unfortunately. Yeah. But in any event, so yeah, so Jerry, I was gonna ask your biggest your three favorite rides and least three favorite rides. But if you're doing a lot of the dark rides, it kind of not all
They get
the
a
dark
little
rides are the
samey.
same.
They get a little
but
samey.
Not all of them, but some of them kind of
Yeah.
that way. No,
Yeah, I
those Omni
mean-
Mover dark rides.
Can I count like past trips?
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you
Okay.
have fond memories.
I mean, obviously, I actually got stuck on Splash Mountain in the middle of
Charles-
a lightning storm.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like
Oh, you
they
mean right by
stopped.
the
Like,
water. Yeah.
it was mid ride, and it started raining, and they were like, "There's lightning, so we can't put you to the top of the ride." But we were like at the top of the ride. Like you've paused us at the most dangerous part of the ride. So
Oh, you were at the perk at the apex.
we were close enough. Like we were in like the tunnel.
You were
that was
climbing.
Yeah, you were
going up.
climbing. You were
Yeah,
climbing.
like we could see
Yeah.
out for sure, but So that added to the experience, honestly. Like the threat of being struck by lightning while
Yeah,
on Splash
those
Mountain.
vultures were like screaming at you that sit
Mhm.
up on the perch. Yeah.
Yep.
Not
Yep.
anymore though, but
Yeah. Are you aware Splash Mountain is no more?
No, I am not aware of that.
they rethemed it.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's now based off Princess and the Frog because the original theming was from admittedly a
There were
very
racial undertones,
racist,
right?
yeah, very,
Very
racist, movie
racist.
from 19. What is it? Fits like 38 or something.
30,
It's like
40, Song of the South.
Yeah, it's like pre World War II, and it's like a super racist movie, and all the characters in Splash Mountain were from that movie. So they
Oh.
said,
Outdated to put it charitably, which I don't think you have to put it charitably, to be fair.
yeah. So they said no more
Got
of that, and now it's. You ever seen Princess and the Frog? It's a cute one.
Banger.
No, but we did play like Disney trivia the other night, and I learned of it that night. I've never
Yeah,
heard of it.
it's cute. It's a
Um,
cute little flick.
Yeah, never seen it, but okay, that's good to know. So it's not called Splash Mountain anymore?
No, it's got a terrible name now. It's Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yeah,
I'll
which
dead name
does-
it. That's fine. I'll dead name it.
As long as
So-
you're not bringing the themes of the
Yeah.
old Splash.
Splash
you know what I
Mountain's
mean?
way better.
Sure. Yeah, I learned who Tiana was the other night. I never heard of this princess before.
How would you
so
rate your Disney princess knowledge? It's growing
Not-
every day, you would say.
It's growing. Yeah, it's definitely growing, but I still wouldn't say it's doing phenomenally. No.
How many could you rattle off?
Go till you miss.
Probably not
I mean,
that many, but
You
one of
got
the
to know
que-
the heavy hitters, right?
Jasmine,
Sure. Sure.
Ariel.
Yep.
Um,
The two hottest, I would say.
yeah,
All right.
Jasmine.
All right.
No,
Easy.
you disagree? You disagree?
No, listen.
Jasmine's
Oh, yeah,
number-
okay,
reel it in
Jasmine's
there.
number one.
No.
Jasmine's
Reel
number one.
it
I'll
in.
put it out there.
Reel
I'll
it
put
in.
out there.
Yeah.
I'll put
Embrace
it out
debate.
there.
Embrace debate.
Who's the one? Elsa.
Yep. Frozen.
I've never
for
seen
sure.
Frozen, but we know Elsa.
We love Elsa.
We love her. The one Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Yep.
Yes.
Belle.
Yep.
Okay.
I
That's-
learned
that's
who
four.
Tiana was the other day.
Yeah. Okay.
So she counts.
I mean, there's a couple of don't overthink it ones.
Snow White. Does she count?
Yeah, don't
Of
overthink
course.
it. Yeah,
Of course.
exactly.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be
what-
so funny if the Bregman news dropped right now?
We're rattling off.
Disney print? That reminds me. I'm gonna put this right here just in case. Is Moana a princess?
She is. She sure is.
She is. Pocahontas?
Yep. You're killing
that
it.
Is that a princess or just a
Her
person?
position in the movie might not technically be a princess, but I think she falls under the Disney princess branding. If that
Yeah,
makes sense.
I think Moana's
Okay.
the same thing. Moana's
Yeah.
like chief of her tribe,
Okay.
but it's yeah.
That
same-
counts. That counts.
Yeah, you're doing good. I think you're only missing like
There's
4.
a couple.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, there's 2 huge ones you're missing. That old, think real old.
Old ones? Cinderella.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a big one.
Yep.
That's a big one. As another one, is it an old one that I'm missing?
Yeah, there's another really old one.
Yep. Beautifully animated movie, by the way. If we're talking
Give me
about
a
what's
hint.
Yeah, that narrows it down.
Sleepingly
Oh,
animated
Sleeping
movie.
Beauty. Yes.
Yeah, there you
Does she
go.
have a real name, or we just call
Aurora.
it Sleeping
Yes,
Beauty?
Aurora is her real name.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
a real
I didn't
name.
know that.
Aurora is her
Aurora.
real name. Yes,
No,
but
I did
everyone
not
just
know
calls her
that.
Sleeping Beauty.
Less cool than
Yeah.
Sleeping. I would say Sleeping Beauty's cooler than Aurora. I think.
I think Aurora's a wicked
Government
cool
name, Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, and then
Aurora's
I'm looking
a
at the
pretty
list. You're only missing Rapunzel, which is
from Tangled.
It's from
Banger
Tangled,
movie.
and then Merida from Brave. That's stupid. I hate
Mulan?
that
Never heard of
movie.
that. Never heard of that. movie.
Mulan. Oh yeah, Mulan, and then Raya
Mulan's a
from
good one.
Raya and the Last Dragon. But that
Never
that,
heard of
that
that.
movie was.
I've never
that
seen
movie was.
that.
a-
I pretty much
That's
got
fine.
all the princesses.
No,
from
you
movies
did
that I've
good.
heard of.
yeah, that was
You
good.
got the big ones. You
Yeah.
got the big ones.
Take it,
Oh,
right?
and I actually have some interesting news here. There's similar to like Pluto. There's 2 former official princesses, official former princesses.
They got
Tinkerbell.
de-princesses?
Did they get
Yeah, they did. I
impeached?
guess. I'm interested in this. There's Tinkerbell. She was docked from her princess status.
Why?
That seems unfair.
She's a fairy.
Too small. Yeah, I think she's a fairy. She's too small.
Oh wow, dwarf ism.
Or a pixie.
And then
Thank you,
just like
Lucas.
Pluto, really. It's just like Pluto, too small.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Esmeralda from the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, that's unfair.
Yeah, I don't know what
Esmeralda's a
she
great
did.
one.
What happened to her?
She was just
She got
French.
canceled. Esmeralda got canceled.
I guess she's Demi Moore. I know that. If anyone was wondering.
Liam, she was actually Romani off the
No.
top.
Ooh, yikes,
No,
Liam.
Haven't seen that one in a half. Well, it takes place in France. What are you gonna do?
It does
What are
take
you gonna
place in
do?
Paris.
What are you gonna do?
She may have been
Wow.
born in France to make her
Guilty
national-
by
I'm not-
association.
But
quite
that's like a
frankly.
big part of the movie, the Romani people. In any event. But yeah, so Splash Mountain, shout out to Splash
Yeah.
Mountain, any other
Yeah,
of
Splash
the
Mountain.
big hitter rides. Like when you walked out of Magic Kingdom, like, oh shit, I didn't get to do the fucking Teacups or Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain, any of those.
Space Mountain for
Teacups,
sure.
Fitz.
Yeah.
I just that's the first that came to mind. I don't know.
Teacups.
That's
I
an
would-
iconic one.
It's a
I was
dumb
gonna
bullshit
do a
ride.
video on the teacups. I was gonna do it like it was before the crochet trade happened, and everyone was just like, they got to do something. It was desperate. It was dire, and I was gonna do a video on the teacups, like telling everyone to chill out. And then like maybe we're like, I'm gonna go to lunch, and then we'll hit the teacups, and then at lunch is when the trade went down.
Where'd you eat? You remember?
I
Casey's
can't
Corner?
remember now. Mm-mm.
The one themed
Let's
to
see.
Casey at the bat, which we're gonna get yelled at if we don't bring that up.
Yeah.
Magic Kingdom.
Did anyone make the
restaurant.
joke, Jared? I'm sure someone did, but when you tweeted like the streets are talking, did anyone make the joke like Main Street is talking?
People
Main Street
definitely,
USA.
people definitely made Disney related jokes the entire time.
Okay. All right, yeah. I was
yeah,
like,
I-
I'm pretty. That's an easy one. I feel like somebody had to. Have
Oh, you know
that.
what? Oh, fuck. You know what we should have done, Jake? We should have
Me?
made a joke about. Yeah, well, yes. Yeah, I feel like you would
Me?
appreciate this because Liam, sure as fuck, I don't think would get this joke. So,
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Dole Whip, but walks and hits per innings pitched.
Oh, that's pretty good, Fitz.
Right? The real Disney heads appreciate that. Dole Whip,
Did you
like
try?
a
Did
soft
you try
serve
any
pineapple
Dole
ice
Whip,
cream?
Jared?
I don't know what that is.
It's like pineapple. Is it just soft serve ice cream, Fitz? Is that what it is?
But it tastes like pineapple. It's pineapple
It's
flavored
in,
soft serve ice cream. Adventureland,
Adventureland.
I don't
It's
know
very
that
good.
I've.
right by the
Very good.
Aladdin carpet ride.
I don't
there.
love
It's
pineapple,
delicious.
but I'll tell you what, Dole Whip's pretty good.
I feel
Right
like
next to
I
the
had a
Enchanted Tiki Room.
really. I had a shitty Disney experience. It sounds like.
Well, what were
Miss a-
your eats? Eating food is important too.
It's huge.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had a steak at whatever that place was that we went for lunch.
Ooh,
I did have
steak.
multiple
Steak.
churros.
Wait,
Oh,
but,
yeah.
but you don't. Wait, but you don't know where you went for lunch.
Do you want me to find out?
I'm just curious.
I'm going to take a
Like,
guess. It's Be Our Guest because that's like the big sit down.
Crystal Palace. You think they
Where
have
Could
did
be
steak?
we
Crystal
go
Palace.
for
Nah,
Yeah.
but they do more like brunch,
dinner?
Jake.
Yeah, that's where you meet all the Winnie the Pooh cats.
Winnie the Pooh
I
characters.
do
Was
remember
anyone?
I got
Were
a-
any
I had a
characters
nice
walking
grilled
around,
cheese
Jared?
at
That could
the
narrow it
Guest.
down.
No, it
Grilled
was.
cheese.
I want to say it was like not pirate themed. Pirates of the Caribbean, though. I forgot. We went on that.
That's my
I love
goat.
that ride.
That's my
Good-
goat.
Yeah, I
That's
love
my
that ride.
favorite
Just
ride.
so part of like the Disney lore. I don't know if this is true or not.
Oh, I know.
But
yeah,
the,
go
the
ahead.
rumor that Johnny Depp will like go in and stand in as like a
I believe he
character.
did. He did do that, like when the movies, when his movies were coming out as like promo.
I would
a
do
couple
that
times.
periodically.
Yeah, I probably would too. It'd be fun.
Why not?
Just
show
like,
up
don't
in
say
there.
anything. Let me through the back. See if anyone notices. Like, oh damn,
Yeah.
that pirate looks a lot like Jared Carabas. Like,
Yeah.
you can do
If Skipper Canteen.
Skipper Canteen. Okay, I know what you're talking about. In
Where's that,
Adventureland.
Fitz? I've never
That's
been to
it.
that one.
When you first walk into Adventureland on the right before the treehouse there.
So I did go to Adventureland.
You were in Adventureland. If you had walked a little bit further towards where the Aladdin carpet is, and
If
right
you're
be-
willing to go a little bit farther.
yeah, right, yeah, it's like Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
If you've come this far, I bet you're willing to go a little bit further to get the Dole Whip. But yeah, Dole Whip and like a funnel
Skipper
cake. That's
Canteen. Yeah, it was like a safari theme. That's what it was.
there. You go. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Fitz, what were you just saying? I lost my train of thought, and it was funny, but I don't remember what it was now.
About the Shawshank Redemption.
No, before that.
Before then, like, oh, if Jared stood in for one of the animatronics.
Oh, I have a funny story about the Pirates of the Caribbean animatronic. So there's the Johnny Depp one in there, and he appears twice. There, like towards the beginning and then towards the end.
He pops up a couple of times in the middle, like
Oh,
popping
but
out of
like the
baskets.
full body one, I think is in it
Yes,
twice, right?
correct.
And last time I was there, my dad. So we saw the first one, and he thought it was a real guy. And then we get to the end of the ride, and it's Johnny Depp again, and he's like, "Why did he run over here? Like, did that guy run to the end of the ride to do that?" And we just rolled. We're like, yeah, he runs really fast back and forth. He had no
They
idea.
got some
look
tunnels
kinda
on the
real.
back.
He had
They
no
do
idea.
look
it was a
real on that
robot.
ride.
That's a good
Yeah.
animatronic. That
Yes.
one is quite good.
Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean, they do it big. They do it right. So that's gonna make my top 3 for sure.
Great.
I'm more of a Jungle Cruise guy myself, but I respect the Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, come on,
Jungle
Boring.
Cruise.
Jungle Cruise.
you didn't
it's
ride
funny.
that one? It's boring.
No,
No, it's not. The skipper makes the whole ride.
I didn't do that.
Yeah,
one.
if you're 4, what do you mean?
that
No,
just a safari?
wrong.
Yeah, it's like the road. No. It's a safari, but they're not real. on
Liam,
this
you'd
one.
love it. They basically podcast for 10 minutes. They just rip,
Yeah, it is basically a podcast.
right?
Yeah, that ride, I'm not a fan.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah,
They're not even real. There's nothing real.
no, there's nothing real. It's robot.
No, they don't actually
hippos
have
and
elephants and hippos.
robot giraffe.
there.
Well, Fitz, why are you
But
in Animal Kingdom? They do have those.
Yes,
so
there
it's
you go,
not,
right?
It's not a
the
ridiculous
safari's
question.
legit.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
When
Yeah,
they break
boring.
when they tip the bridge on you, scared me.
Yeah.
To death,
Yeah.
I gotta say.
Tower of Terror
Liam,
is
so it was
universal.
Liam. So Liam, all of a sudden now you remember things.
Well, yeah, this is jogging my memory.
There
All
you go,
right,
right?
good. I'm
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
as we continue, you can participate more.
Jared,
Hey,
you said
I don't
you
have
said
that much.
yeah, fair enough. Jared, you mentioned Tower of Terror. That's elite as well. Even if that's only in Hollywood studios, that's still to this day.
That
still-
doesn't count though, right?
We could go entire
not?
property if you want. Why not include everything?
Then Tower of Terror, and then if we're able to include Universal, then I have to still put Jaws in there.
For you, I'll include yes. I've only been to Universal once as a very young kid, so I don't have much to add to the Universal topic.
So the Jaws ride had to be around
I did ride it at that as a kid.
as recently as 2018.
No,
Because
absolutely
yes,
not.
yes, and I'll
No.
tell you why.
The Jaws
Jake.
ride
No!
was a big.
There was
this
like
was a
wasn't
part
there
of
like a Section 10.
Jake,
yeah.
I'll tell
Section
you
10
what.
lore.
Like
I'll tell you
I
what, they
will
killed
fucking
Jaws
tell
in
you why.
2012.
Listen.
They killed it
Here's-
in 2012. I'm looking at it right now.
Here's how
Okay,
I know
I
that
don't-
that's not true. In 2018, when we were putting out Section 10 merch for the first time, we were like, oh, like at the end of every show, we would say, I want someone in a Section 10 shirt jumping out of a plane. I want someone in a Section 10 shirt doing a hula hoop ring of fire.
I know what you're gonna say.
And I said, I want someone in the Section 10 shirt on the Jaws ride when the shark comes out of the water. And a gentleman who since has passed away, rest in peace, he was able to get the photo, and that was 2018.
Was he in Japan?
He was probably at the one in Anaheim.
Wikipedia does not have any.
You know
notes.
what? Oh, no, you know what it is, Fitz? I did this when I was in LA. It's not Jaws doesn't have its own ride in LA. It's like part of the backlot tour, and there is a shark that comes out of the water.
So there you go.
That's what it was, I would say.
That makes sense.
Okay, I'm glad we've sorted that out.
I still would count that as a Jaws ride, though.
It
It's
is
a ride
it's a
with
pretty
Ron with
it's
Jaws
a
in it.
beefy part of the ride, yeah.
Yeah.
Big part of the ride.
All right. So Jaws, Pirates of the
Jaws,
Caribbean, and Tower of Terror,
Pirates-
those are your 1, 2,
yeah.
3?
Yep. I feel like that
Okay.
has to be everyone's 1, 2, 3. I don't know what could top those, for being honest.
I would
like
be
Expedition
remiss.
Everest.
Everest is a banger in Animal Kingdom.
I like-
I would be
yeah.
remiss, gentlemen. This entire conversation, not one topic of Epcot has come up, and I'm an Epcot stan.
Are
Epcot
you?
Dude, are there even like there's
Yeah.
there's
No,
not
no,
even
no,
rides
Epcot.
on it?
no. Epcot fucking rules. What are you talking about?
So when
Epcot's
you're a
the
little
shit.
kid, what was the earliest age that you were when you went to Disney?
I was 7.
Okay, so when you went there and you saw the big golf
What
ball
was
looking thing.
what was magical about Epcot for you at the age of 7?
It's not magical when I kid. I've been there as a grown up
Oh,
now.
okay.
It's wonderful.
All right.
It's great.
Yeah, so you can drink around the world
Yes!
fucking do.
Yes.
You go there as a kid, you see the giant golf ball, and you're like, there must be the craziest roller coaster ever inside there. There's not.
And that's a slow dark ride about the history of communication, narrated by Dave
they do
Judi
have
Dench.
the Ratatouille ride is in Epcot now.
I will say now the actual additions of the rides recently.
Yeah, they're
Leans
it's
more
better
into
than it
intellectual
was.
property now, but like the Ratatouille ride, the Guardians ride is crazy,
Yeah, good ride.
unreal. A big Soren girly myself, love Soren.
Yep.
Did like that as a kid. Soren's a great ride, nice
Yeah.
and chill. Soren all throughout there.
How many times have you been to Disney in your life?
Me,
Yes.
17. We went for one day in 2017 visiting my grandparents. We did one day. We did 3 parks in one day, which was kind of crazy.
That's insane.
Ugh.
It's absolutely absurd. My girlfriend at the time, now wife, went 19, and then we just went this past April because my sister was running a 10K there. So we
was
went
that
to
4?
support her. So
Four or
5 times, technically 4 times as like an actual, like, okay, we're here for a couple of days.
I don't know how many I've been. I would guess probably 6.
Well, how recently?
I went in 22 was my last time.
Okay.
Liam,
Liam,
well, Jared,
Liam,
so
I
I
feel
was
like you probably
Liam
went the
won,
least amount
right?
of times out of it. Yeah.
I first time I went, I was 16 or 17, and it was for baseball. So like we maybe like hit the rides like 2 days out of the week we were there. And
you too cool for that? Too cool for the rides?
Dude, we had baseball to play, man.
Buddy,
It
forget
was-
about hitting
it
the
was
rides.
serious.
You're going to be hitting
It
the
was
pine if you
serious.
don't
It was
Yeah.
serious.
driving a couple runs here,
Um,
buddy.
And then I went a year later with my girlfriend at the time for like a full week. But those are the only 2 times I've been.
Well, Jared, I have to say, you said you like a good roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get to Universal. That's the place for roller coasters.
Yeah, I have to. I'm telling you, like, we need to plan something next December where we all go together. I'm dead serious because they won't go.
About that,
Like, I will go again.
There's stuff for little kids at Universal. Good stuff.
They're 11. Well, they're by that point they'll be 12 and 17. So they're basically full grown adults. They just have decided they do
well,
not
I don't
like
know.
roller coasters.
12 was-
Especially the 12-year-old. Yeah.
Especially the 12-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't do roller coasters. There's nothing that's going to change their mind. They're not going to grow into a new phase of life where they switch up and instantly decide that they like roller coasters. Like, that's it. So I think we need to plan a trip where we all go and we're just able to enjoy the finer things in life, because I'm not going to be able to do it. If I go next year and you guys aren't there, it's going to be the same fucking thing. I'm going to be doing the teacups and the Winnie the Pooh and that's it.
Winnie the Pooh is a delight. We love Winnie the Pooh here.
It was a
There's
fun ride.
Is that the one with
we
Tigger's
have a-
Abyss? The Mulaney bit?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Pooh does the floating thing, like you see that gif of him like floating like into his
Yeah, he
dream, like,
dies.
rising out of his body. Yeah.
It looks like he dies.
Well,
right?
the context
sure
of that gif is that he's dreaming, but it's funny to imagine that that's Pooh's soul.
Okay,
leaving
his
body.
soul. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was live streaming during Winnie the Pooh because I think it was right after the trade. Yeah. I think that's I was live streaming in line for Buzz Lightyear and then Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Did you do No Thunder Mountain? That's the other big decent coaster there.
I would
Thunder
love to.
Mountain.
I would have loved to. I would have loved to have done that, Jake. I would have really
Jake, you'll
enjoyed
appreciate this. This past April when I went, we went during the fireworks. So as we were
Oh,
going up one
that's
of the
nice.
hills there, looked over, saw
Yeah.
the fire. That was picturesque.
Yeah.
Picturesque. Looked like a postcard.
Did you dabble with Genie Plus?
We did, unfortunately.
Did you, Jared, at all?
that. What is that?
It's like
There's like the bands.
no, those are
Question,
magic
no.
bands. That's
It's
that's a
an
different
extension
That's
of
its
that.
own
kinda.
thing.
Yeah, I mean it's
Okay.
related to that. Genie Plus is like you can pay to like cut lines, like singular. You could like
Okay. So there was some sort of like VIP package where you could just go straight to the front of the line. Dallas was like, "You got to do it."
well,
You gotta do
that's
it. I
that's
looked
a
into-
whole thing. That's another.
It's like
thing.
$9,000.
Yeah,
a person.
Oh my god!
and I'm like,
You don't have that perfect game money.
Yeah, and I was just like, we went there, and
That
the
MLB
longest
pension to lay
line we
back on.
waited in. Like, I remember when I was a kid going there, and it probably just felt like the lines were 2 hours each. It was probably like 20 minutes, but like we have the app, we have the Disney app, so we're flipping through,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh yeah, this ride is like 25 minutes. Like, that's doable. So we did that, and we did Monsters Inc. That was cool. The Monsters Inc. It was like a stand-up comedy.
Oh
thing that they
yeah,
did.
yeah.
Lo-
Laugh.
That
What
was
is it?
cool.
Laugh floor.
The laugh floor, yes.
Yeah.
Love the laugh
Yeah.
floor. Big fan
Like,
of
Is that
that.
where the guy
Shout
basically does
out.
like improv from behind the
Yeah.
screen?
Correct.
Okay.
Don't
Yeah.
ruin the
Good shit.
magic, Liam. God.
I've
Yeah.
done
No,
that.
Liam, it's
Yeah.
a monster.
Well, I'm
It's a
remembering.
monster.
Not safe for magic.
Right, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Yeah, it was great. Like, the Monsters Inc. ride was great. They did another one. It was I wish I knew the names of all these things, but it was like a 3D theater experience. where, like,
Phantasmic. No,
where Don-
is that what it is?
Philhar magic.
Philhar Magic. That's what it is.
yeah,
And Donald's ass is sticking out of the,
Yeah.
At the
the
very
wall
end,
at
yeah.
the end.
That's
When
Philhar
I
magic.
was little, dude, that
was a
was
delight.
that was the most baffling thing in the world. I remember this still. It stuck with me. I was like 5. I couldn't fucking believe how he got back there. I was like,
Mom, you see
yeah,
this shit?
I was like, guys, what? I'd soy faced. I couldn't believe it. It stuck
No.
with me for 20 years.
Someone's
love
gonna
that
Photoshop.
show.
Please Photoshop Jake soy facing with Donald Duck's ass sticking out. Please, 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 please.
So you did a lot of the the show stuff. That's underrated at the Disney parks. I find people don't give that
Yeah.
enough love. The shows.
I had a great time at the Donald Duck thing. It was
Did you happen to do Carousel of Progress?
Oh, Fitz.
what the hell is that?
Good. Oh, so you don't even know? Good. You saved your time. That's.
What is that?
It's one of the last things that Walt Disney actually worked on. It was a show at the 64 World's Fair, like talk.
Look
like,
at this
it's
history
It's a
lesson.
show.
Fucking rattling
Listen,
off backs.
quick side note. You can
Yeah.
fall down a huge YouTube rabbit hole of all like this history stuff. It fascinates me. Defunctland, great
Yeah.
YouTube channel. Look them up. They're fantastic. There's plenty of others that I can't rattle off right now, but Defunctland I would definitely say is A1. Point is, Carousel of Progress was the show at the World's Fair, kind of just showing how, like, the American society, like how society as a whole has progressed over the past 100 years. Like, oh, look at us now. We have like fucking indoor plumbing and
We have
refrigeration,
vacuums.
and this is what it's going to be. And there's
It was
a
probably
really
cool
annoying-
in the 60s, but
yes, but it is and
Yeah.
it's cool that okay, this is like one of the last things that Disney himself ever worked on, and it's it's still here, but it's tucked away in the corner next to Space Mountain, and the only thing it's really good for is to sit in AC for 25 minutes when it's really hot. There's a really annoying song in there. There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. I'm gonna get yelled at by people who might like that show. You didn't miss out, I would say, Jerry.
So
I
I
would
have
say you
to
didn't miss
take
out.
very similar experience. A ride. I can't even really call it a ride, but an attraction, I guess you would call it. If it's
Yeah,
not a
that's
ride,
right.
but something you have to wait in.
Nailed it. You're gonna start calling the employees cast members at this rate now.
Yeah,
So
you're
I,
getting the-
I
you're
did
getting the
know
lingo
about
down.
that. I did know one of my friends has a friend that's a cast member, so that's how I learned about that.
Wow.
Did not know about that until very recently.
When they're
so
on the
learning
clock,
about
do you know what they are? They're not working. They're on stage.
Oh,
And when they take a break, they're
Fuck
backstage.
off.
I'm true. Look this up. This is true.
I believe you. Fuck
Yeah,
off
this
still,
bitch
though.
and
works
they have
there.
like underground tunnels when they take
Yes.
breaks.
They're
so-
called the utilidors. I'll have you. They're called the utilidors.
utilidors. They've got to go underground to get from point A to point B. Like there's a break room inside.
Yeah, you can't see
like
them
a-
walking around. It would ruin the illusion if they're just
Yeah,
like
sure.
walking from A to B.
If you saw Buzz Lightyear next to where Big Thunder is, where it's all like Western, it would ruin the illusion, Jakes, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, but what was the other thing? There's like a break room inside one of the towers, and it's got a basketball court in there. for
That is at the
cast members?
Matterhorn,
Matterhorn.
in Disneyland.
Yeah.
That's in California.
Okay.
There's a
Okay.
big
It's
mountain
California.
in their version of the Magic Kingdom, just straight up Disneyland, but there is a half court in there for people to shoot hoops when they're on break. That is
Love
true.
that. Or when they're backstage.
Yeah, when they're backstage. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for correcting me.
They're the waste of time attraction was the tiki room.
The
Oh,
tiki
yeah.
tiki room.
Ye-
The
that-
tiki room's right next to the Dole Whip.
I was in the tiki room.
Oh, you
But-
missed the Dole Whip, but you were
but
at the
here's
tiki
the
room.
thing. Here's the thing. It was pouring out for about an hour, so we killed
Yeah.
a half hour of that in the tiki room. So I wasn't too upset that it sucked, or just wasn't something that I enjoyed. So yeah, that's a similar experience. We wasted a decent amount of time in line at the tiki room, and then once we were in there, I was like, "What is this?" And the kids were like, "Why are we here? Why'd you bring us in here?" I was like, "I don't know, dude."
The Tiki Room's another one of those like Yeah, that was probably really cool in the '60s.
Yeah.
One of the,
Not so much.
there are a couple rides like that. Like you got to do it. Like the first time I took Missy Mopane, I was like, listen, you're not going to necessarily.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. I was like, listen, you're not going to necessarily appreciate it. It's way longer than you think, but you've got to do Small World. Like it's not no
We did
thrills.
Small
but
World.
You got to you
Thoughts on it?
It's
Way
You
just
find
longer
it
than you
demonic?
way
as
longer.
creepy as when I was a kid. Yeah, it's super
Yeah.
long. That was we were on It's a Small World when there was some report that the Reds were interested in Nick Pivetta, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, sign it, give us that pick." Like I was like, "This better get wrapped up real quick so we can get Pivetta up."
I don't
the
think
market."
we're going to get that pick, guys.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I don't think. Who the hell is gonna give up a pick at this point?
Yeah.
Pitchers and catchers in 2
Truck
weeks.
days in less than a week.
I can't believe he's still out there. What a bummer. What a bummer. I think honestly, low key, I think that's the reason why they haven't signed Bregman yet, or a big reason why. It's because they're like, I don't think we're gonna get a pick, so why are we gonna give up a pick?
Mm.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I think that's.
So,
that's a
anyways, yeah,
good
back to
point.
the Enchanted Tiki Room.
Yeah, but,
yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
The It's a Small World, very long, very creepy. But you have to do it, right? Like if you're there, how can you not?
And
go
it's
on
such
that
an earworm. It really is.
Yeah,
It's an earworm.
the song haunts you for weeks after.
Yeah, it's a world of laughter.
Fitz, is Groot running around It's a Small World right now? Is that going on?
He was at one point, I believe.
I wonder, was he doing it when Jared was there?
I did not see Groot.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm not. Yeah. Groot. I believe Groot has taken over the ride currently.
Why?
Oh.
Why? Is
I
this
don't know,
another?
like,
What's he promoting?
rebranding?
Is he?
His new album.
I was gonna say he's getting into music now.
No. I actually don't know. It's a Small World
Isn't Disney Plus doing a Groot thing? I
with
remember them
Groot.
announcing that.
That's what it's called. Oh, apparently this is only in Tokyo.
Oh, we're not
I
there.
see.
Oh. Okay.
One day, who knows? Might be
You
able to hit
never
that
know.
up. Tokyo
Yeah.
Disneyland and Disney Sea and whatnot, things like that. What was I gonna say? Yeah, no, the Small World, it does get in your ear.
And
It's
it stays
designed to be
there.
an earworm. Yeah.
Yeah, it stays there. It's
Jared,
it's
what was your least favorite attraction you
Good question.
experienced?
if not the Tiki Room?
Yeah.
See,
I'll
it
be
sucks
honest.
that I think
Oh,
I'm looking at the
okay,
tiki
yeah.
room. I'm looking at the tiki room right now. Like, what the hell goes on in here?
It's the
Nonsense.
birds sing words and the flowers bloom.
Do you get food? Do you get food in there?
no.
Oh, they don't
No.
even give you food?
Because the birds are going
No.
to come down and eat it, so no, they can't get
Like,
it.
everybody sits
No.
around in a
They're
circle.
caged, Fitz.
Yeah, everyone just sits in a half circle. And
Oh,
then
that's
the
even worse.
robotic
I thought it
birds
was for some reason. I
sing.
thought
It
you
looks
could get.
terrible.
They couldn't even make it like a tiki bar. I feel like that's a missed
No.
opportunity.
It is.
Oh, that-
There
that-
is-
that does
the
suck.
amount of like obese people on scooters there.
There's
Well,
a
let's get
lot
into
of
it.
scooters.
Let's get into
it.
Let's dive in.
Let's
Oh my
dive in.
That's his least favorite ride, dodge the scooters, because it's
Yeah.
not even like, oh, it's all obese people. It's just a lot of people on scooters in general.
Yes,
With
and
mobility
you know,
needs.
like perfect example. Look at Frank the Tank. Get up and fucking get your goddamn steps in.
Start
Look at
walking.
how he turned his life around just by walking. Like
I saw he weighed in at
Frank
314 yesterday.
That's what I'm
Frank the
saying.
Tank.
He was probably $5 at one point, and he was like, "I've had enough of this." And he gets out and he walks every day, and he lost the weight. And you've got all these fucking people on scooters. It's like, get the fuck. This is the perfect opportunity. You have to walk around.
There's sidewalks everywhere.
Yeah, like,
It's-
it's not like oh yeah, that was the other thing on the subject of walking.
There's a lot. It's a lot.
You don't wear Jordans. I wore
Nope.
No, you
Jordans
gotta have good.
and-
You gotta have good arch support walking around.
Whew,
Broken
my God,
in
Broke my
too,
flip-flops
yeah.
at Epcot.
slides.
Fun fact.
I wore slides.
You wore
the rest of
flip
the
flops,
week.
Liam?
No,
Yeah,
no.
at
I wore
Epcot, they broke.
slides
Yeah.
after that because I wore Jordans to Magic Kingdom and I couldn't get my feet into sneakers for the rest of the week. So
Yeah.
I wore my slides because my feet were just done. They were absolutely cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Liam, I don't know how you didn't amputate
That's a
your
rookie
feet after
mistake,
in
Jared. I'm sorry. I'm
weird
sorry.
It
to
is.
say
No,
that.
I know.
Epcot.
And it's not even that I didn't know this. Like I was warned in advance. People were like, "Yeah, got to wear comfy sneakers," and I was like, "Yeah, these are comfy enough." Nope, don't do that. Do not do that. Bad idea.
Yeah.
Here's my thing going back to the scooters. It's not even so much that like there are scooters in there. Like people, if they want to, if they need that for the access to go to Disney, fine, say la vie. They're fucking aggressive. They do not move for it is move, bitch, get out the way for the people on scooters at the mouse.
You're an
they are
inconvenience
aggressive.
to
They're
them.
cutthroat.
It's like, no. You're an
That would
inconvenience to
piss
me.
me off so much.
They should make like bike lanes. But
Yeah.
it's like scooter lane,
Scooters.
like a scooter lane on Main Street.
Yeah,
wouldn't
why
that
not?
be wouldn't that be effective? What don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, hard
Yeah.
to disagree.
I think Walt
I'll-
would be at least,
I'll-
interested in it.
I got to get
It's
on the
innovation.
phone with Bobby Iger.
Bobby
Let him-
Iges.
Give him that idea. That's a good idea of mine. I just
Do
said.
you know who the voice of Mickey Mouse was? The first ever voice of Mickey Mouse?
It was Walt.
It was.
Yeah, it
Walt.
was. It was. Yeah, that was one of
Did
the
you know
trivia
that the
questions.
voice actors? I think I want to say they're both retired now, but throughout like the 80s, 90s, 2000s, the Mickey and Minnie voice actors were a married couple.
Oh,
I think
actually
I
did
did know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cute.
I
Yeah,
know
it
that the
is.
current guy who does the voice of Mickey, I forget which character in The Sopranos he was. Jake, I'm sure you would know that.
What?
Wait,
was in the
time out. Where is Mickey currently? Like Mickey's still making content today?
Yes. They make like
Where?
little shorts.
Where?
Disney? Like under
like
the
a
Disney
Disney
umbrella.
Kid show?
I would think. But yeah,
What do you
no,
mean?
they make like little cartoon shorts of Mickey Mouse. They're hilarious.
And where do they go?
Like Disney Plus or like Disney Channel.
Oh, I have Disney Plus.
He's on there. He's
yeah.
on there.
Okay.
Just,
All right. I got to look harder then. I don't know. What
They're
do
like
I
five
use-
little Missy Mo has a
Well, I'll
younger
tell you what.
cousin
I'm
who
actually
comes here
looking at
sometimes, and we'll put it on.
I'm looking at Mickey's voice actor, his Wikipedia page right now, and I'll give you some things he's.
He's in those
He's
PNC
done.
commercials. Like, what's interesting? Boring. Think about it. That's the
Mickey Mouse
guy.
Funhouse.
Wait,
That's
before
currently
you
airing.
you do this right now, Jake.
Yeah.
Let's do a fun exercise.
Okay. I love those.
Have there been more Mickey Mouse voice actors or United States presidents?
Way more United States
Way
presidents.
more presidents. I think there's only like 5 Mickey voice actors.
Really? Ever?
Yeah.
Aren't you looking at the list?
No, I was looking at the current.
All right, look up the list of
like,
Mickey Mouse
yeah,
voice actors.
Officially, like not like they did it for like one little video game on PC in the 90s. We're talking like canon official Mickey Mouse voices.
Yeah, like we need Mickey. You call up Dale.
Or you call up Chris. Chris, how do you say that last name?
Yeah. So
Diamantopoulos.
So I'll tell you what. From 47 to 2009, there was 2 guys. So
Wow.
It's
Holy
yeah.
shit.
So it
How
was
do you
Walt.
maintain that high pitch when you're 83?
Walt did it from 28 to 47. Jimmy McDonald did it from 47 to 78.
Oh, Jimmy, we go to
A
the
great
Erie Pub
succession
together.
plan.
Yeah,
There's
oh,
no
dude.
gaps.
And then Wayne Allwine, he was married to the woman that did Minnie Mouse. He did it from 78 to 09. And then this new cat, Brett Ewan, whatever. He's doing it now.
No, the
Shout
guy,
out to Brett.
Christian, the guy who played
Yeah,
Jason.
this guy
in
does
the,
Mickey Mouse.
the guy who played Jason in the fleshy part of the thigh.
Yeah, so I guess they actually kind of have 2 Mickeys right now, I'm learning. Which is
He voiced
interesting.
Mickey Mouse in the eponymous television series, The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse, and the short film Once Upon a Studio.
He's
I
in.
don't
Did,
like that.
did you guys watch Silicon Valley on HBO?
I don't
No, but
like
I know
that.
he's
Can we
in it.
not move off that? Why are there 2 Mickeys at the same time?
Yeah. Well, I think it's. I mean, yeah, Fitz. How do they split these guys up? Do they?
I just rattled off what Jason from The Sopranos does.
Oh, this is so strange. Why are?
I
there
bet
2
you could
Mickeys
look at
now?
their body of work and be like, "Oh yeah, this is the A Mickey, this is the B Mickey."
It feels like Brett Ewan is the A Mickey. I think.
Yeah.
They
No,
call
you know
him
what it
Chris
might be
when they
now that
need
I'm
a
looking at
favor.
it? Brett Ewan seems like he's kind of the no. I don't know. They kind of.
I
both
love how
have
you're
some
changing
legit
up his
credits.
name every time you say it, just so that you get it right, like at some point.
Yeah, I figured.
Cover all the
somewhere.
bases.
Ewan, yeah,
Ewan.
Ewan.
I love that.
I don't know. Yeah, so there's been about 6 Mickeys, I would say. Final answer.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I would have guessed way higher.
Jared, what are your takes on? We teased it at the start, but now we got to get into it. The Disney adults.
Yeah.
What's your manifesto?
So
Kill them
Because
all.
before you actually begin, I want to outline, like, Curtis Connor, the YouTuber, tiered
Yeah.
the Disney adults. Like, there are
Yeah.
like some, like, there are levels to this shit. There are people who
Definitely.
like will make the T-shirts and like, okay, maybe that's a bit much, but then there are the people who will buy like, there's a residential.
there's
neighborhood of
proposing
mansions.
there. You know,
Yeah,
there's
proposing.
like
Exactly,
Yeah,
getting married
yeah.
there's a
I-
neighborhood of like mansions at Disney that people will buy at, and they're like Disney themed mansions, like
Yeah.
that level of Disney adults. So let's
I
hear
have
it.
to be careful what I say because I know these people. Like these people exist in my life.
They walk among us.
Yeah.
They vote in
Yeah.
our elections.
Their vote counts just as your much as mine.
Yeah, like I mean, one of my like I guess closest friends in my high school and college years, and then he did a Disney proposal, and then
course.
like I mean,
high school
I know,
friend. That's who does it.
yeah, I know people like one of so I'm not gonna name any names, but I ran
know
into
who
a
they are.
friend. They know who they are. I ran into a friend while I was at Disney this past time, and I was like, "Oh man, that's crazy! Like running into you here." And he's like, "Yeah, don't tell anyone. Like we're here all the time. Like we're Disney." It's like so
That's like Lenny Fitz when his house falls down. Don't tell
Please
anyone
don't tell
how I
people
live.
like this.
yeah. Yeah, it felt like just walking in on somebody smoking crack that you know didn't think they were like the high school track star. Now they're just smoking crack in an alley. He's like, don't tell anyone about this. But yeah, he was like,
That's
we
so
are
funny.
me and my wife are Disney adults. Like we are here.
They got
every
the season
weekend.
pass.
They live in
yearly
they
pass.
live in the area. They're always there.
They have the bumper sticker on their car that says pass holder.
Yeah,
I
You
see
can
those
get
in the
that?
wild and mass on the highway every now and again. I'm like, oh, you know, ball. There you go.
yeah,
Oh, God.
yeah. So
I
it's like
think
I
being
really
a pass holder not locally is severely more mentally ill.
I
Like I think
have a
if you
very
live, if you
I have a
live
very
in
good
Florida,
friend of
it's like-
mine who very much
fuck it,
is
I'd be
that,
a
and
season-
she
I'd
would
be a
say
season
like, yeah,
pass holder.
probably.
Yeah, like if I lived it like less than 3-4 hours from Disney, I'd be a season pass holder. Totally.
That's sort of crossing the Rubicon here in this situation, isn't it? Like if you're living in New England and you have the annual pass to the mouse, like you're a Disney adult, and it's okay. Just
Yeah.
just embrace
That's
it. Like,
crazy. Like what? You're gonna? These people think they're just gonna walk down the street and they're at Disney. Like,
well, again,
that's something
the
you gotta
friend
really
of mine
plan in
that I'm
advance.
referring to, we love her very much. She has family down there, so she's visiting a good amount. But every single time
right.
they go, that's like, oh, well, we're going. She goes to Disney probably like 3 or 4 times a year.
so
Does the pass pay for
How
itself?
are they
With that
funding
number?
this?
For her, probably.
Okay.
Here's where I fall on Disney adults. I have no problem with it but like you said, like there's layers to this shit. If you're a Disney adult and your defense of it or your explanation of it is, isn't it a good time? I'm gonna say absolutely, it's a good time. I had a great time. Where I draw the line on Disney adults is when you make it your identity.
Mm.
When you're in Disney, become immersed in Disney culture and live that Disney life, but don't take it from the property. Don't come home.
Keep
to
it in
me.
church.
Yeah,
Don't ask, don't tell.
don't come home to me with that Disney adult bullshit and still be living that Disney life when you're back here in Boston. Don't do that. It's just, when you're it's almost like, what happens in Disney stays in Disney. I guess I have no problem. I told you I did the podcast in Mickey Mouse years while I was there. I
was trying to find
literally-
mine for today. I couldn't find
I
it.
know where mine are. I can go grab mine right now. But like I got
Mr. Cheddar.
How do we not reference that at this point?
Yeah, I
Mickey
know.
is the original Mr. Cheddar.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. But I think that's where I fall on Disney adults is while you're there, go 100%. Give it your all to have
Leave
that
it all
Disney
out there.
experience.
Might as
But
well.
when you come home, I don't want to hear about it. I don't need you wearing Disney like merch around me. I don't need you like talking about how much you love Disney. If you have like pictures in your house of you at Disney, no, We don't need it. We don't want it. Keep it in
What if
Disney.
it's like a nice family picture?
I have a family picture in front of the Magic Kingdom, like fucking castle or whatever it's called. I didn't print it out.
You put it down when company's over. You put it face down.
Yeah, I put it on the gram. That's where it lives, and I didn't pin it. It's just gonna get buried with time. That's it. That was the trip to Disney.
I got Ellie De La Cruz on the cover of the show content. That has to be pinned. Sorry, guys. Like that.
Sorry about
it's
it.
Further.
Sorry about it. Yeah, I think that's a good stance to have. Like,
I think
we're not going to completely condemn the Disney adults, but there has to be a line somewhere.
That's fair.
for me, I think there's like your specific interest. I think also is really important. Like if you just eat up any old slop they give you, I think that's another. Like, it's like
Which Disney
I
has done a
love-
lot recently. Put it on.
They
the
have.
slot.
There's been a lot of slop, but like I love like the old ride, like the Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean. I love like those really where there's like a lot of craftsmanship to those rides. I find that like
Yeah.
specific sort of, and like the animatronics. I find like the science of it and the creativity of it really interesting. But then there's people that like any old thing that gets thrown in front of them, but it has Disney on it. It's like, give me more. You need to think a little critically, I would say. I think that's like
I would agree.
the crux
Little
of
piggies,
my.
little Disney piggies.
And some of the new
Yeah,
stuff that they have produced
exactly.
has been good, but then there have been other stuff that you're just like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah,
I'm
I think-
in a similar vein as you, Jake, that like, to me, again, to like bring it back to like the YouTube rabbit holes and stuff that you could go in. Like, I read a whole book about like the inner workings of the Disney company. Like, that shit is fascinating to me. To hear the story from like Disney Imagineering. Disney Plus has a great documentary series, Jared, called The Imagineering Story.
Yeah, that is
Fascinating shit. Take a little bit of it.
Is it a
Maybe a
series
good
or just
amount
a
of it
one-off
is-
doc?
Say it again.
Is it
It's
a
a
series or a
docu-series.
one-off?
It's like 6 episodes.
Like 6 episodes or so.
Oh.
The Imagineering story. I would recommend it to anyone who might be interested in
Write
this
that
kind of
down.
stuff. A bit of it is, mouse propaganda. You have to go into that a little bit, but they also take a, an honest look at some of the earlier developments of When Enterprises and whatnot. It's fascinating shit.
well, that's
and
fits. The other part of it that's fun, like that I think is like the tremendous failures too that happen.
God,
like,
yeah.
I think that's and like knowing how evil the corporation is. That stuff's fun. Like that's fun to read about and like I
Euro Disneyland's like failure to launch.
yeah.
like, it's still
and I
there,
think if you're
but, like,
if
that's
you're
a
a
mess.
classic Disney adult, that stuff is off. That you can't engage with that.
That's
stuff.
like Tiananmen Square in China. That never happened. Superstar Limo did not happen.
whoa.
If you know, you know. You know what I mean?
Ow.
Like,
yeah. Liam,
Did
thoughts
you-
on Disney adult? Oh, Jared.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. I
No,
was going to ask
I'm-
you guys a question. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm in Jared's boat in terms of Disney adults. Like, I don't care how you live your life, but I don't want to see it if we're not in Orlando.
Yeah. Yeah.
what's your question that you had there,
makes sense.
Jared?
For everyone, I guess any time that you've been there, but it's probably more recently if you did do this. But during your trips to Disney, did any of you guys go there with planned themed outfits? Because that's a thing now, I guess.
When I was
So-
little,
I don't
my
like that one bit.
family would.
Okay.
Like
So
me and
I
my
did.
siblings.
There is a partial yes to that question, and it's not like the OG, like Fitz family vacation. My sister's boyfriend and I are big Star Wars fans, and we went last April. If you remember, around the time the spring, the Cerveza Cristal meme was huge.
hyper
So we
specific.
Cerveza
We got
Cristal.
cheap Cerveza Cristal shirts to go to Hollywood Studios where the Star Wars land is. So in that regard, yes, we did that. I think 2 people out of the thousands and thousands and thousands that we crossed throughout the day pointed it out. But that's all I
Understood the
needed.
reference.
They're just 2 people. And one of
Got
them
it.
was the guy I was doing it with. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Jared, I will say I am a collector of vintage T-shirts,
John.
Okay.
and I have like several like 80s 90s Disney T-shirts.
Okay.
So I just pack I just pack them all when I go, and then I choose one.
So
By
that's
the way,
a big yes.
90s
Well,
Disney
no,
merch
no,
was
because that's
crazy.
different. That's
Yeah,
different.
How is that different? It's
That's different. I'm not like laying it.
You're wearing Disney.
What did
shirts
you
to
wear?
Disney.
What did you wear?
So when I was there,
Jordan's
Did
like
you,
a fucking
did you wear the
idiot.
shirts?
Yeah, I
Jared,
did.
did you wear the
Yeah.
shirt that most expensive vacation ever, which those are everywhere at the Magic Kingdom?
I when I was a kid, I think I have pictures. I was wearing like a Red Sox shirt because that was during the Red
You?
Sox shirt streak. Yeah, but when I was
Oh, that's weird.
that would have fallen. That would have fallen during the streak, my 06 trip. So I was wearing Red Sox shirts every day that I was there then. But when I was little, I don't remember what I wore. But this time, I was clued into like, oh, you're supposed to wear like a Disney character shirt, and I was like, can I wear any Disney character? And like, yeah, whoever you want. Like, I was like, are we doing? I'm not doing like a group theme with you guys. Like, if you guys do like Monsters Inc., like I'm still doing my own thing. Like, okay, fine. So I tracked down a Jafar T-shirt, and
That's fire.
yeah, it was a black T-shirt with just like a red outline of Jafar. And that's why I wore my Jordans, because I was like, I have black and red
Matches.
Jordans that match
goes
my
together.
Jafar T-shirt. Yeah, I was like, I can't wear like. Yes, I have.
How is that different than what I did? You wore a Disney
I
character
agree
on
with
a
Jake.
shirt.
That's the same thing.
You exclusively packed Disney T-shirts
Because I'm going to Disney. I'm going to Disney.
I
World.
gotta say, I'm with Jake. I back Jake on this one.
I mean, it's like
don't
wearing
know
a Red
about
Sox
that.
shirt to a Red Sox game. That's like it's the same thing.
I don't do that anymore.
Oh, really? You go undercover now?
I go I go as street clothes.
Yeah, because no one else is gonna recognize
baseball.
Jared. Yeah, there, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I
in
go
his
street
civvies.
clothes.
He's wearing a balaclava.
The,
like,
the,
over.
the one guy not in Red Sox apparel at the game. He's super covert.
All right, so I think it would have been weird if I wore a Disney shirt to the cheer competition, right? Like that's not like part of the Disney experience.
I think
Like
that's
everyone's
fair.
going to,
That's fair.
everyone's there, and like they're gonna go to Disney, but like we're not at Disney right now. So like, how am I
Okay,
gonna
that's
rep
fine.
this
Fair
house
enough.
here?
Yeah.
But when I went to Magic Kingdom, Jafar T-shirt. Yeah.
Okay,
Sure,
well
correct.
then that's.
Okay.
Oh, I wasn't. I guess I probably was. I have enough Disney shirts that I probably did wear them the whole
You
time.
had one every day.
Yeah,
I didn't
probably did.
wear a Disney shirt to Disney Springs.
You get any
Guess
cool
I
merch?
mean, there's like restaurants and stuff there. So
You got your ears.
Yeah, I got the ears. That's all I got for a souvenir. I don't think I got anything else while I was there. Yeah, I made a joke that didn't land well with the kids. We went to the we went to the M&M store, and
Okay.
it had like this M&M dispenser, and on the top it was like red. It was like a red M&M, a green M&M, a blue M&M, and I was like, oh, this would be perfect for autistic kids. And they were just like, wow. I was like, oh, I was like, I don't know. Like I would, when I was a kid, I would always color coordinate my M&Ms. Like that's how I would eat them. Like I would open up the bag, I would make a corner over here of red M&Ms, a corner over here of blue M&Ms, and that's how I would eat. That was my M&M eating experience. But I think as far as like souvenirs, like a Christmas ornament, because it was like right before Christmas,
Oh, of
Ornaments
course,
are a must. Yeah, I
of
got two
course.
ornaments.
Yeah.
or
Right. Any trip, not even to the just anywhere you go.
Yeah, I like a good ornament from a trip.
which do you have? Tell me you have Disney ornaments.
I have one.
Of course you do.
I have a cool monorail one. I fucking love the monorail.
I'm still in that shit. The monorail.
Yeah,
Love the monorail.
You ride the monorail, Jared? You get any monorail? In?
Yeah, of course.
Love
yeah, I
the
think
monorail.
when you park,
yeah.
they have like they
At the
they
transportation and
label-
ticket center.
I'm sorry, what?
The transportation and ticket center, the TTC. I'll have you know. Quiet as it's kept.
Did not know that. But they did have like I like how they labeled every parking lot after a certain character. I think we parked at the symbol
of
lot.
course.
Yep, parked in
Yep.
the symbol lot.
Yep.
Yep. So I debated so I have Scar socks. But I debated whether
You're
or
a
not I was
villains
gonna
guy, huh? You really
Yeah.
fuck with the villains. Mm. You have
Yeah.
you have a darkness in you.
Yeah. I mean,
Hades.
yeah.
Big Hades
Hades.
guy.
What's your favorite villain? Is it Jafar or is it Scar? Or a wild card even? Who else is there? Gaston.
Gaston.
Cruella is-
The Stone's a good one.
I was the Beast for Halloween when I was in preschool.
Wow.
My mom made that costume. Yeah, so
Nice.
I don't know that I would. Is the Beast a villain? Because he
No.
turned babyface at the end.
No, and he's also not really mean, other than when he's at the very beginning. He's misunderstood.
He's misunderstood. The Drewski misunderstood.
He
things.
does throw he throws Gaston to his death, but Gaston was a bad guy. So.
He had it coming.
Yeah, come.
He did.
Yeah, I mean Gaston is just an asshole. I don't think he's a villain.
No, he's
He
definitely a
stabbed
villain.
somebody.
He
They
rallies
wanted to
the
kill, they
entire
wanted to kill
town
the
folks
beast,
to.
right?
He
Yeah.
treats Belle. He's a
pitchforks.
misogynist. He's like, Belle, marry me. I don't care. You have no autonomy.
Breaking headline from this episode: Jared Karavis hates women.
Gaston's a piece of shit. He's cool as hell, though,
He's
but he's
a piece of shit, but like he's not like a traditional, like he's not like a menacing villain. He's just an asshole.
I would say his end game is less evil than a couple others for
Than
sure.
most.
Yeah, like Scar.
Like
is killing
Jafar
people's
is
parents.
like super evil.
I mean, he turns
Yeah.
into Satan basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Transformed into Lucifer, the god of darkness. Like,
yeah. Jafar's probably the most evil, right?
I gotta go.
he
Jafar.
he has like end of the world on his sights.
Frollo's pretty fucking evil, man.
Who the fuck is that?
Who's Frollo?
Hunchback, Count Frollo? That guy was a fucking,
that guy.
Yeah. That was
I'll go
dark as hell.
Jafar, but when he becomes the evil genie, that's
yeah,
where
that's
I'm going.
cool.
Yeah,
And he has abs and stuff,
yeah.
right? Isn't he
Yeah,
like
he's
ripped when he
jacked.
becomes the
He
evil?
does get
Yeah.
Yeah.
jacked.
He's
Yeah.
definitely
and he puts Jasmine
D-ball.
in that red outfit.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying.
Just put it
I'm
out
just
there.
saying.
I think canonically speaking, these princesses are like 16 years old, dude. Keep the family
Whoa!
away.
Is that true?
I just googled Genie Jafar, and that is Lucifer. That's not.
That is the
Yeah.
Prince of Darkness as he lives and breathes.
Oh,
my
yeah,
God.
Jasmine's 15 in
Let's
11.
Look at this.
No,
genie.
no.
Whoa.
What do you think Jafar benches?
The Lucifer Jafar?
He's
Yes.
clearly skipping legs.
Because I would say Jafar. I would say before he transforms, he's not barely anything. He's
He's a
very
little
scrawny.
bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But this Jafar, I mean, like, I'm
yeah,
trying
no,
to think
I mean,
of
he's
like,
huge.
who's
Look at his
physique-
look at his triceps.
Hey, look at his shoulders.
Look at his eyes.
Yeah. Look
Forearms.
at they're yellow, almost
They're
entirely.
almost
yellow.
entirely yellow.
Jesus
Odd
Christ.
looking duck.
I don't know. You know what? He kind of his physique most resembles Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, and he's definitely on steroids.
Yeah, Jafar was. Yeah,
Jafar's
he
on the
was,
juice. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, I don't think you can.
Yeah, this is
achieve
just Albert Bell.
Jafar's- yeah, you cannot achieve Jafar's physique without.
He's not
the
natty.
health performance
Jafar's not
enhancement.
natty.
No, he's not. He's not. I'm gonna call it right now. I don't even care if Jafar's legal team wants to come out in here and sue me. It's like, all right, then piss in a cup, Jafar. Like,
He's
tell me
built
I'm
like
wrong.
the Nomar cut above Sports Illustrated picture.
Times 50. Jesus, you cannot achieve this naturally. This is what puts in little kids' minds that like, oh yeah, if you just like eat right and work out, you can look like Jafar. Yeah, okay. If you also take like
Is the why isn't Robin Williams genie this jacked?
I think he
kind
is.
of hard.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
No, he's round.
Way to miss
He's-
the point of the
Oh
movie.
yeah, he's fat. See, that's what happens when you take steroids, but you don't work out.
Okay. So
You
you
just
think
become a big
the
ball.
bottle
He's wasting it
being
all.
in the bottle probably is just that's steroids.
10,000
I'm
years
saying-
will give you such a crick in the neck too.
Yeah, it's
So-
true. Yeah, he's out of shape. in
I'm saying
general.
he's lazy. Like he's not guilty. I think he's absolutely taking performance enhancing drugs, but he's just not working out. He's not putting in the work.
I mean, sitting in a bottle, it's pretty sedentary.
There's nothing he could do about it.
It's working a desk
No.
job.
No one
basically.
rubbed
Dude,
the
I
lamp.
just looked up a picture of the Will Smith Aladdin and the genie Jafar from that movie, and it looks so fucking stupid. He's just red. He's not.
never
There's
saw it.
nothing. He's just
It was
red.
fun.
He's just a guy.
I
What did
forgot
you
they
type
did
in
a
to see that?
live-action one.
Jafar
Jafar
Type in
Genie
Jafar
2019.
Genie 2019.
2019.
That looks
Look at this.
terrible.
Look at this bum.
I saw the movie and I don't even remember what he looked like. So that goes to show you.
This guy
That
is not
sucks.
Jafar.
That
You're
sucks.
made up
No.
Jafar.
Not my Jafar.
No. No. I might get a Jafar tattoo after this, if we're being honest.
Need that. Well, then you're on your way to being a Disney adult if that's the case.
Holy shit! This remake made
Fair.
$1 billion at the box
What's
office.
what's Jafar? What's the bird?
Yeah, I
What's
made
it-
quite a few, Liam.
Iago.
Christ.
What's his
Yeah.
Iago, yes.
Iago.
Iago. It's Gilbert Gottfried. God
Yeah,
rest
it
his
is.
soul.
He died?
Yeah, he died a couple years ago.
Sure did.
Didn't know he was sick.
You know? Do you guys know what his last role was ever?
No, I know he was in Are You
Oh,
Afraid of the Dark, though.
God
Yeah,
in
what-
Smiling Friends.
That's right, Fitz.
Yes.
That's right, Fitz. He was God. Jared, are you familiar with Smiling Friends?
No, I'm not. What is that?
Give it a watch. It's our favorite show. It's Pot on Lansdowne's favorite show.
Okay.
It's a little cartoon. It's on Max.
Adult
It's Adult Swim, but it's on Max.
Okay.
And it's these little critters. There's 17 total episodes.
And they're all like
you could watch the whole
15
thing
minutes?
in like 3 hours. Yeah, they're like
It's animated?
11 minutes long.
animated.
What's
yeah.
up? Yeah, animated.
animated?
Yep.
Okay.
And they're little critters. There's 4 little critters, and they work for this company where their job is just to make sad people smile. And that's
Oh,
it.
And the hijinks they get into from there.
Yeah, and some hijinks.
wow.
And it's our favorite show, and we love it.
We
Oh,
reference
yeah,
it a lot.
here's the gang. Here's the gang.
Yeah, you've
You
probably
may-
seen
you
them
may
on
have seen
Twitter.
some of them.
They're big on Twitter.
That's not really.
no,
There's
it's
Bim.
not.
Leah,
There's Charlie,
Leah,
of course. There's Alan and Gleb.
There's a bit of
Yeah.
there's a bit of a glare.
A bit of a
All right.
But that's
I'll
our
have to
favorite
check it
show.
out. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
If I had a
I'll take
nickel
look.
for every time Liam held up his phone,
We've tried to
screen
explain
show Jared
some-
something,
yeah.
I'd have 2 nickels.
I mean, Mr. Cheddar did work. In fairness.
Shut up, Mr.
Yeah,
Cheddar.
Mr. Cheddar's a legend.
Yeah.
Jared,
Yeah.
should we should do 90 seconds of Red Sox.
If you'd like,
All right, where do you stand on everything? Go.
I like it.
All of it.
In terms of,
Season starts tomorrow. How do you feel about this roster?
eh.
Yeah.
That wasn't 90 seconds.
No, that was like 8.
Oh, but-
It works for me though.
You know, I would be very disappointed if the season started tomorrow and this was it. I don't
Do you think
know
this is
that
it?
that's. I'm fearing. No, I don't. Like they can't keep talking about adding a right-handed bat and then not doing it. Is it going to be Bregman?
It's probably Randall
not.
Grichuk though, right?
Yeah, like they,
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to go into the season as is, but I am prepared to be underwhelmed as to what the additions are from here on out.
Yeah.
That checks out. That checks
Yeah.
out.
I'd say we're in the same boat. I'd
Yeah.
say we're in the same boat.
I'm kind of like, I don't know, if we get to pitchers and catchers reporting and there's nothing else, like, why bother at that point?
What do you
This is
mean?
where
Why,
I've been
like,
for the
why
last
bother being a fan? What do you mean?
No, like, why bother adding anybody at that point if spring training is already underway? Like,
What do you
Steer into
to
the
make
skid.
to make the team better, dumbass? What do you mean?
no, because like we've seen it in the past, like Snell and
Oh well,
Montgomery
pitchers,
last year,
I guess,
and,
but
like,
I mean,
and
bat
Story
hitters.
when we signed him too. Like,
Depends
just
on how
kinda
late
like-
we're talking, but yeah, I understand your point.
we get to pitchers and catchers.
Where do you think
Fuck it,
Bregman's going to go?
Christian
Back to
Campbell.
Houston, Jared?
I don't know. I think if he wanted to go back there, he would have taken the deal that's already on the
I know
table.
that's a good deal. I thought the same thing. I was surprised
A
yesterday.
quick note about the Bregman situation,
You go
because
ahead,
we haven't
Vince.
done the episode proper, and I don't want to forget this if we do the episode proper. The amount of people bending over backwards to say that, oh well, now that they got some of Ryan, Presley's money off of the books, they can definitely sign Bregman. Like they saved what, $8 million or something like
Yeah.
that. That is not the difference.
Yeah.
Between having Alex Bregman, one of your cornerstone players in this run that you've had over the damn near a decade at this point, and not having him. At least to me, it doesn't seem like that's the difference.
I'm really
for-
curious to see who signs him because it's like he has short-term big money offers and he has long-term like a little bit less money offers, and it's like, oh, which one do you want? Because you're not going to get 7 years at a big AAV number.
30 plus, yeah.
Yeah, like it's just.
I
not,
think that
it's not
Astros
there.
deal, like that's a good deal for him. I thought, like I
What was
didn't
it?
think that was. It was
Six
six
for 156.
150. Yeah, 26 a year for 6. Like, I don't know. That feels reasonable to me. I didn't.
Feels
Like, I
very-
don't think that's. Yeah, I was surprised. I don't know if you got to beat that. You're getting a little hairy.
I just
on
want him to
years.
sign because I'm so fucking sick of people being like, you only want him because you're friends with him. Like, no, I want him because he's a good player. I'm not saying give him 7 years, $250 million just to get it done. Like, I'm not like.
I'd give him that
I want
Astros
him-
contract and probably not
Yes.
that much more than that.
I want him at a reasonable price. I'm
Yeah.
not saying overextend yourself for him, and I'm not saying that it's the end of the world if he's not here. But there better be a backup plan. Like I would love if they.
His name is Randall Grichuk.
Oh yeah, I mean Randall Grichuk would have had the best OPS plus in the Red Sox last year.
Oh my God, is that true?
It is.
Okay, how about? Are you comfortable with the talk of one of or both of Anthony and Campbell maybe on the opening day roster?
I think one, but not both. I think it's going to be Campbell.
Yeah, second base.
Yeah,
Well, unless
I
something else happened.
let Roman Anthony.
Let him marinate a little bit.
Yeah, get him a little sizzle on the grill
Yeah.
for a little bit, and then bring him up. But I don't know. I definitely subscribe to the idea that over the life of Bregman's contract, who's going to give you more value, Campbell or Bregman? Like, all right, Campbell, yeah, sure. But the idea that adding Bregman would block him, it's like, do you know that he can play any position? Like, he's a freak athlete, like an absolute freak.
Campbell?
The Red Sox have never had a
Yeah.
middle infielder
Yeah.
who went to a corner outfield spot in the last, 10 years. It's never happened. So
Yeah, it's never happened before. So
right-handed
yeah,
bat, no.
can't happen. No, he's
I
blocked.
kind of liked it. I like the Bregman at second idea because it opens up a Willier trade. You could do a reliever or like what? Like I think you have a lot of options.
It would have to be a reliever at this point, basically, right?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
You add another starter, then you have an 8-man.
It's
rotation.
crowded. That outfield's crowded. That's all I'm saying. It's a crowded outfield.
And
gonna
they're
get more
just
crowded.
they're way too left-handed still. Like
Yes.
they're going to struggle against left-handed pitching if they don't do something about it. And I
Alex
said
Bregman
it. I
not
said it.
excellent against left-handed pitching. I've discovered
Who?
Bregman.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's a reverse splits
No.
guy.
Yeah,
But even then,
But-
he'd still be able to pull to left.
the
half of
monster.
his
Yeah.
games.
I think any righty with a pulse can hit at Fenway. We've watched so many like journeymen.
Kenny Reddy, who
just
was
come
not
here-
a mouse of a man.
Yeah, then mash and that's why part of me the whole thing, like the plug in a right-handed hitter with pop has for the most part worked really well for the last like 5-6 years, but I don't know. Yeah.
The
You guys
Drake
are forgetting a
laptop
very
meme
important
where he's like, "Oh, when you put a
hitting
right-handed hitter
outfielder
at
on the
Fenway."
roster.
What, Liam?
You guys are forgetting a very important right-handed hitting outfielder on the roster still.
I thought you were going to imply Yoshida for a
Don?
second. I was like, if you fucking say Yoshida, but
Oh, Rob.
No. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Respect my guy.
There it is.
Respect
There
my
it is.
guy,
There
Rob
it is. There
Refsnyder.
it is.
He's still here.
you're
Remember
right.
when he
Guy-
threatened
guy
to
was talking about
retire for some
retiring,
reason? That was weird. What was that about?
He wanted them to pick up his option. He's like, you know what? If you don't,
But it
pick
was
up,
weird
I'm
because
gonna
they
fire."
obviously were going to. Like he was having a good
like $2
year. And he
million
was like,
So
yeah, he
maybe,
was like, actually, I think I'm going to retire now.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. I don't
He
know.
already
the
I-
world
I-
by final message.
I would love to be excited about this team, but I think if they don't do anything of note and it's getting kind of late, I'm going to go into the season being like, well, we'll see what happens. I'm not going to be banging the drum of this is a good team. Like you're sleeping on the Sox. Like I'm going to be like, I'll give it, a couple months, see what we got, and we'll be able to assess from there. I'm not going to say they're going to be terrible. I'm not going to say they're going to be good. I'll go into it being open-minded to see what we've got. That's pretty much the best I can do.
I like that. I'm open-minded, I think, right now because the AL is fucking ass. There's
Yeah.
no talent in the entire... there's 15 teams and they're all mid. There's like
Did
no...
you see, like a breakdown of like the spending of the National League versus the American League in
Yeah.
last-
The
it's like-
AL, it's like Max
$4
Fried.
billion
That was like the
to
only big contract the AL gave out.
yeah, we suck.
Yeah. We used
Jared,
to be
very
strong.
quickly, top 3 Disney
We used to be
movies.
strong.
So,
Wow.
Top three
Wow.
movies.
Out of nowhere.
Shit.
Aladdin.
Can I cheat and look at a list to
Yes, of
jog
course.
my memory?
Sure.
List?
And we can include
Fitz,
Pixar
are you
in there,
including
too.
Pixar? Okay, you
Yes,
are.
we can include Pixar.
I think all of mine are Pixar if you include Pixar.
Let's hear it.
Ratatouille, Toy Story 3, and probably Monsters, Inc.
Liam.
No. Give me Hercules. Give
Correct.
Me,
That- in
give
there
me
for me.
Toy Story 2.
Correct. 2 for 2. I'm 2 for 2 with Liam right now.
I'd probably also round it out with Aladdin.
Aladdin.
I don't know if I like Toy Story 2 or 3 more. I go back and forth. I think they're both perfect.
I like 2 the most.
I was in high school by the time 3 came out, so
I cried
2
like such
for
a
me is-
fucking baby in Toy Story 3. I was 11 years old. And when they were getting incinerated, I was sobbing.
You ever see the YouTube
Spoiler.
edit where someone made a DVD and
Yeah,
like,
and
went
it
into
just
Final
ends
Cut
when
and
they
edited
get- yeah.
like fade to black and go to the credits with like sad music and showed it to their mom, and the mom
Woody
believes
has
that's how the
died.
movie ends. Yeah, right.
I've never seen Toy Story 3.
Oh,
What?
oh.
Never
Have you
seen
I don't.
it.
We don't
one
feel
and
bad
two?
spoiling that little aspect of it. It's been 15.
I mean,
years
Jared,
at this
Jared,
point.
I'll spoil it even more. The toys, the protagonists of the children's feature do not get incinerated in the end. I don't feel that bad spoiling that for you.
Honestly,
There is a fourth, isn't there? They made a fourth.
There is a
one,
fourth.
right?
Yeah, it's not bad. I think
Is there
it's
really a
It's
fourth?
solid. Yeah,
it's
I like
worse
the- I
than
like
2
the
and
fourth.
3, but it's solid.
Aren't they making a fifth too?
They sure
are.
are.
Oh my god!
Endless slop.
Holy shit!
Listen, I was skeptical for the fourth
A
one
4. Yeah, I was too.
myself, and it was good. That's one of their things. Like if they're gonna make a Toy Story, they're gonna make it good.
They gotta
I
nail
hope.
it.
I hope.
Yeah.
That's what it, right? Yeah, because if they fuck up,
Jared,
fifth
you
and-
look deep in thought.
I'm looking at the list here. I'm at 85. I'm just seeing if anything jogs. There.
Well, now you're
there
gonna get
is-
into the Renaissance.
There is a
No, he's-
movie that
Oh.
has made my
Yeah.
top 3 that we haven't said the name of.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pete's
so I'm gonna
Dragon?
go
Tarzan.
Aladdin.
Banger.
Okay.
Aladdin.
Yeah.
I'm between Lion King and Beauty and the Beast
Both
Ooh.
great movies.
for my number 2 spot, but it's weird because whatever one doesn't make it is not going to make.
Is not no. Wow.
I know that doesn't make sense. I know that doesn't
That's-
make sense. But hear me
Lion
out.
King is my first honorable mention. If I had to Mount Rushmore, Lion King would be 4 for me.
I'm gonna go Aladdin. I'm gonna go Lion King,
Okay.
and at 3, 101 Dalmatians.
Oh
Wow. You seen Cruella that came out a couple years ago with Emma
Emma
Stone?
Stone.
No, I've not seen that.
Sophie fucking loves that
It was
movie.
fine. It was all right.
It was. Is it? Is it animated?
No,
No,
it's
live
live action. It's it's Cruella's origin story.
Oh, wow.
That's so bad.
Which sounds like
I'm
it'd be
gonna-
like a
I
30
might
Rock
watch
bit.
that tonight.
Yeah,
might watch
it's
that
like
tonight.
fun. It's a fun little.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I'm with Liam on Toy Story 2 and Hercules, and then for number 3, give me Finding Nemo with Lion King.
Yeah, I
being
love
honorable
Nemo.
mention.
Love
Finding
Nemo.
Nemo guy.
Yeah.
So, Jared, if Red Sox fans want to hear more from you and read more from you, where could they go?
98.5 The Sports Hub, 6 to 7 on Wednesdays during the season. That's where I'm at.
There
That's
you
it.
go.
That's
And
it.
if
You
don't
can't
see
find
it
him
there,
anywhere else.
That's
Just
it.
one,
That's the only spot.
1 hour once a week on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
There you go. Well, again, Jared, thank you very much. Hey, maybe we'll have it back on in November to plan for a December trip down
Yeah, we'll plan our
to
trip.
the mouse.
I mean, if you
We're
guys are
doing,
down,
we're doing Orlando next year. We're doing Tokyo the year after. We're
Shanghai.
mapping it all out. Yeah.
Yeah. Hong Kong.
Paris.
Well, if the World
It'll be
Baseball
great.
Classic next year coming back, if they have some games in Tokyo, we might be able to loop that in with Tokyo Disneyland.
Ooh,
Yeah.
some group games. Yeah, I like that.
There you go.
let's do a little
Wow.
Tokyo trip.
Just get your
Yeah.
passports
Well.
ready.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. That's a write off. We'll write that off.
There you go. Jared, again,
Green, konnichiwa.
until then, Jared, thank you again for coming on
Thank you.
and
guys.
give me a little badoop boo boo. To end us here.
Nope.
All right, how do I end this stream? There we go.